As y'all know, we promised y'all a sit down talk, and today we here with our sit down video. This is our very first sit down talk.
Full out video.
Yeah, on the vlog channel. So we was like, let's go ahead, let's open up to y'all, because I know we got like a lot of new supporters. A lot of y'all always wonder like how we met, where we from, what's our names and stuff like that, because
I'm pretty sure they know our name by now, but it's like we just hopped on a whole new channel and expected everybody to
know us from our old channel.
Yeah, and it didn't end up like that, but some people did come from that channel to this channel. But we just want to, get some clarification. If y'all could let us know in the comment section down below if y'all came from that channel, or if we did a video on this channel that y'all saw and it made y'all fall in love with us.
Exactly. So I'm super excited to be recording this. I'm ready to open up to y'all a little more. I'm pretty sure Ken ready to open up to y'all a little more, because y'all know he can talk. Okay, once he get in his little mode, he'll been give y'all a whole motivational speech. He'll been give y'all tips and details about a lot of stuff. So I'm about to go ahead and reintroduce myself, or introduce myself to the people who don't know me, or to the people who already know me. I'm Laquita. I go by the name Qui, or Qui Renee. If y'all didn't know, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm 27 years old, and me and Ken, we've been together for like 6 years now. And I just feel like meeting him really like changed my life, because I got a whole backstory that I can talk about, which we probably gonna get into a little bit as well. So, Kenny Maurice.
Oh yeah, she just said my name. Kenny Maurice, Kenny. I don't know, I just, you know what I'm saying? Kenneth, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I know I done told y'all this all the time. I gotta let y'all know this, all right? So all my Birmingham people, I'm letting you know. We're gonna get into why she said first 48, but I'm 25. That's it.
So yeah, we gonna give y'all a rundown on how we met. We just finna start from the very beginning. This was in 2017 when me and Kenny first met. I was working at Chick-fil-A at the University of Memphis. And what you was doing at the University of Memphis, Kenny?
Let me go ahead and break down my little story time. So I'm sitting in class taking finals or something like that. And how old was I, like 19?
Yeah, you were 19 at the time.
So I'm taking my finals and I'm looking at the test and I'm like, bro, this ain't got nothing to do with what you've been talking about. So I'm like, bro, I can't do this. I'm just gonna just randomize, because I already know I'm failing. So I failed all my classes.
So you was gonna get kicked out.
Prior to, they sent me an email saying I was on thin ice, basically. So I'm taking the test. Mind you, I failed my major class, which was architecture, and I was taking my general education courses, the finals, and I failed them all. So
what was you doing? Like, why was you failing all your classes? Like, you weren't attending class, or you just
I was attending.
Out of focus?
I was attending class. I just didn't have time to do anything else. I was up at I would throw some Snapchat memories on top of the screen, but I was basically up to like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. working on projects, and I can't explain it because I just can't explain it. I just throw my pictures up there of me sitting in class at 4 in the morning working on projects. But anyway, long story short, I failed that test, and I was like, bro, this is my last meal. Do I really want to eat Chick-fil-A? It's really nasty.
Yeah.
It'd be sitting out.
We used to put the sandwiches under the drawer. But the drawer is like a heater. But if you tell us you want your food fresh, we probably would make it fresh. But the UC so busy, we had to already have the food.
If I would have known that, I would have been, you know what I'm saying? But long story short, I ended up saying, you know what, I'm just gonna go to Chick-fil-A, because I think it was a group of us, and we was like, yeah, we just gonna go and get something to eat. We didn't all fail the test, so let's go and just get something to eat, crash out. I go get my food and end up running into Quita, and I'm gonna let her tell y'all how she was.
Okay, so I'm working in the back. For some reason, I used to be on the counter. I probably would have took his order, because there weren't really that many cashiers.
There was nobody in there.
It was no cashiers that work at the time. And I was in the back because I was hungry. Every time you see me in the back, I was back there eating, baby. I was hungry. So I ended up seeing Kenny out my peripheral vision. And it was just like, and I told my coworker, I said,
what is this?
I don't know, it just felt like the Lord said, dun, dun. Yeah, it felt like a reward. I don't know, I feel something. And I told my coworker, I was like, Gary, go over there and get his Snapchat, because I ain't want his number, I ain't want none of that, I ain't want to seem like I was, So I just asked for a Snapchat, maybe I can go to the Snapchat, see his little pictures or whatever. Like, I ain't even know his name or nothing. What you did, you wrote down on a piece of paper, right? What was it, Roseboro 3?
Why are you saying my Snapchat?
It was Roseboro 3. I ain't know his name, I ain't know none of that. I just seen Roseboro 3 on the paper, and I was like, okay. I think once I got out of work, I ended up adding him on Snapchat. And then, what was it, 2 days later after that, I'm riding down the street, y'all.
I think it was a week later.
Yeah, I remember like yesterday. So I'm riding down the street. I'm in North Memphis, riding down the street. Then boom, I get a Snapchat that just said Roseboro 3, which I think your name was on there at the time, Ken Rose. What's your name on there?
I don't know what the name was.
I didn't even know his name, y'all.
Before she get too ahead, I'm gonna tell you how she was when she saw me. She was peeking around the corners like she was scared. Like she was scared to say something to me. And I'm like, bro, what you doing? Like I see you looking at me. You looking behind the counter.
You looking too. do?
I shot like a pistol. I'm talking about scared, just looking. I'm just like.
I don't even know how it happened that fast. It was quick.
I go
You better like you came in there and then you see, cause you got your queen with you.
I was not finna go in there. I'm telling you.
It would never been none of this.
It would have never been none. I mean, I don't know how life would have been. I ain't gonna say it would never would have been, but
I don't know, cause it's so crazy. Cause you know how busy they used, and it's just like you came in there when nobody was in there.
Look, this was a different day for me. So I used to just walk around campus after I done failed everything. I ain't got no classes cause I put out. I only got one class a week. I used to just get fresh and just walk around and just be doing nothing. I'm just here for no reason, but I'm sorry.
But yeah, so he ended up sending me heart eyes on Snapchat, and I'm like, I can still pull it up to this day. If I log into my Snapchat, I'm pretty sure our conversation's still under there.
It's too many messages.
Roseboro 3. So that's how that went. We met at Chick-fil-A, University of Memphis. I know a lot of people always asking like how y'all met, what's the rundown? So Chick-fil-A, University of Memphis, and then y'all, we just started spending like time and stuff with each other. It took him 2 months to ask me to be his girlfriend, but during that time we were just vibing out, you know, going on dates. And then it was so crazy because I had a YouTube channel. He had a YouTube channel. He was over there burying crabs and stuff on his YouTube channel.
That's why I privated them videos. I cannot let people see them.
Yep. So
my intro was.
It was lit. It was lit. It was pretty lit.
No, it
See, on my channel, which is the main channel, y'all, that was my channel. I don't know why we just didn't make no new channel. We don't know. I guess we're like, oh, we got like 500 subscribers, so shoot, we finna roll with that one. And then y'all, we did like, well, we discussed like doing YouTube. And then we was just like, let's make a channel together. I feel like we both came to that agreement. We were just like, let's merge. Like, you doing YouTube, I'm doing YouTube. Let's do it together. So we ended up doing a challenge for our first video. And Ken, tell me how that challenge was.
I'm glad. I don't know why we took that video down, but that video blew up. That was the first video. Like, I think it had 70K in a week or something like that.
Yes, we was just like, wait a minute.
And we was like, for a long time on YouTube, we was like really shy because like you gotta get used to the camera. So
yeah, we was like really
whispering and it was smacking going on. Comment down below if you know the first video we ever posted.
We was whispering. Y'all, we had some friends at the time. They used to be telling us like, dang, y'all whispering in y'all videos. But y'all, I know a lot of people like you gotta open up to the camera. I guess people expect you to come on here and just, you know, be your truthful self. But baby, once you get on here and you get into this industry, baby, you gonna be shy. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta open up and just be yourself. Because I know a lot of people, they always be trying to come for me, saying that I didn't used to talk like this. I was shy at the time. You go back and look at Ken, he was shy at the time. But hey, that's all about growth. That was 6 years ago. And now I'm just open and I'm super excited to be open up with y'all and showing my truthful self. You get what I'm saying? So ain't no wrong with that with a little bit of growth.
I ain't realized how long we was on here.
6 years, Ken?
Time get the road. Like if you do what we do and like how people say, you know, we're very successful. I mean, we are successful, but like in our eyes, we know it's a bigger. It's a bigger. The sky's the limit.
Yeah, up there
so,
at the top.
Us doing what we do, time flies.
Yeah.
Like when we were working jobs, it was like time was moving by so slow. And I guess it's because, you know, I said this one day, I said, life is really fast. And it scared me a little bit.
I think they sped the time up.
I ain't gonna say that.
I think so. Because when we was working, we finna get into our jobs too, right after this conversation. I feel like, you know, when we was working, time wasn't going by this fast. I don't know if it's because like we, you know, we busy, like being that we content creators, we always on the go, we doing, you get what I'm saying? You think that's it? Or I really feel like they sped the time up?
No. It's most definitely like what we do because I had to sit back and I had to think about it. I'm like,
it's not what we do because my sister and them back at home, they work jobs and they said time is moving by too fast. So I think the government did something. Just
what the government gonna do to the time?
Comment down below, y'all, if y'all feel the same way. Watch how many people feel the same way.
We need to be quiet because
they gonna come pick us up.
Exactly, and I don't want, you know what I'm saying? But to our job. So
let's get into the job.
Me and Quita, we started, you know, getting serious, and I think I went and I decided I'm not going back to school. I got put out for a semester, academic probation.
And I was boo-hooing and crying, y'all, because like we got like this. Okay, we was getting like this. We was seeing each other every day. And then boom, he gonna tell me he gotta go. Like, where you going?
I got put out.
We done gained this tight connection and you done got put out. I'm at the U of M boo-hooing crying. He all getting packed up and loaded up finna hit the road. And I'm in my head like, how we finna figure this long distance stuff out?
I ain't gonna lie, now that I'm thinking about that, but we done been through a lot.
Yes.
Dang.
How did we figure this out? We was in a long distance for 2 years. I was just like, how we gonna figure this long distance stuff out? Then Kenny was like, babe, I got you. We gonna see each other once a month. We gonna figure something out. Then
I had
like,
a plan.
He had a plan, y'all.
I
He
had a
went
plan.
through with that plan. You weren't playing no games.
This was the plan. So I didn't realize the long distance was gonna be this long. I'm thinking I'm just gonna get a job, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back to school 6 months later. But, I'm sorry y'all, I'm parched. But within that 6 months, I started making what at the time to me was great money. I was making $600 a week, $500 a week, something like that. I don't even think of.
Damn good.
Yeah, and I'm a broke kid in college, like.
Yeah, that was good.
So I'm like, okay, this is enough money for us to, you know what I'm saying, do a little something. We can buy a camera. We can go on little trips. I can come see you when I got off days. I had a good little schedule for like a couple months, and then that's when stuff started getting crazy. I started having to work like 6 days out of a week instead of 3 or 4.
So we was only seeing each other like around that time 4 days out of a month. What they about right?
When it got bad. But
it got bad.
It went from me seeing her like twice a month to like once a month. And then at one time when I came and my car blew up, it exploded.
God was trying to tell you just say. Like at the time, y'all, we had our jobs, but we knew we didn't need our job. Cause we had YouTube at the time when your car blew up.
Yeah.
And it was just like we was saving and saving and saving. We didn't know what we was saving for. We knew we wanted to move to Atlanta. We knew that.
Yeah, we was just saving till we felt comfortable enough to go out here and live on our own. You know what I'm saying?
So we were just saving. And it was just like, we was just going by with our regular life. We was still working. We was still upload. We was dedicated to YouTube. Like, y'all couldn't stop us, okay? We was unstoppable, baby. When kid came, unstoppable. We was still working full-time jobs. And a lot of people always ask us, did we have any help, like, getting to the top? No, we didn't have no help. We was literally putting in work by ourselves. We didn't come from no famous family. We ain't come from no celebrities that know us or whatever. We literally built all this by ourselves.
And it's just us being consistent and dedicated. Like, by dedication, I mean, we could sit here and preach to you all day about this and that and this and that, but really it's something that's in our head. Like, we have little mini meetings about just us in general. I mean, outside of our personal relationship, of course.
Yeah.
But really, bro, like, it's something that got to be inside of you, inside of your head, inside of your heart to make you.
It's got to be something you want to do. I know a lot of people, they want to hop on YouTube and be content creators. Like, y'all, it's a lot behind the scenes that we have to deal with, especially like when it comes to like the brand. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of hard work. You got to put money behind this.
But before she get too ahead, so I started working at a warehouse. My first warehouse was Dollar General. They wanted me to pick up 3,000, 5,000 boxes. And I was like, nah.
Bro. Like, why you ain't at work? He like, I got off here. I guess he ain't gonna feel like no man. He tell me quit.
I quit.
But there's one thing he'll tell me, I don't feel like no man if I do certain stuff. So I guess you won't go feel like no man.
Coming from my family, bro, like I ain't never seen nobody quit or give up on nothing. So it's just like I felt bad and I didn't want to just, you know what I'm saying? I just left.
Right.
I went and got me something to eat and went home.
And then the job.
I told my mama though, I said, man, I quit. I couldn't do it.
And then you went to Publix.
It took a minute.
Yeah.
So my brother, my best friend, Tyreek, y'all know, some of y'all know Tyreek, but that boy got me in there. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. That boy got me in there and it changed my life. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Really, me, Tyreek, and Reggie, I ain't gonna lie. Them boys helped me out a lot when it came to life. I ain't even gonna lie. But we gonna say that for another day. We gonna say that for another day. But anyway, I got on at Publix and it changed my life. I was making more. So I was making probably like $700 a week. Sometimes it got to one point like $1,000 a week.
You were making bank. That boy went and got a car.
I went and got that SS.
You know, that car blew up in the grass. Then that boy went to Publix and got that Camaro.
It took, what, like 3 months, 4 months?
Yeah, you went and got that junk. You was dedicated to getting that car. I was like, babe, go ahead. Go get what you want. I'm rooting for you.
Got that car. And
you worked at Publix for a while, though.
I worked there for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
It felt longer than that. I don't know why, but it just felt longer.
It felt long. So let's get into my jobs. I was working at Chick-fil-A and I was a caregiver. So I had 2 jobs on top of being a content creator. Chick-fil-A was my morning job. Caregiving was my night job. So I was working, I barely had off days. I only had like a couple hours in between working Chick-fil-A and caregiving. So I get off Chick-fil-A at 2 o'clock, gotta be at the caregiver job at 4 o'clock to 12 a.m. So I was working. And it was like a lot on my plate. Then I decided to put my 2 weeks in at Chick-fil-A when I realized, like, damn, I don't really need this because I was doing her videos at the time. I think Kenny Maurice,
I told her,
motivated me to do.
Quit Chick-fil-A. You don't need to be working there. Just work at your other job and just do hair videos.
Cause hair videos, y'all, I was getting so many hair videos. I was probably getting like 15 wigs a week. Like I was running.
And she was running them up, and I'm talking about.
Yes. I was going
goodness.
through the roof with the hair videos. I was dedicated. I was motivated. I was like, okay, this all I gotta do is put a wig on, baby.
She had so many wigs.
I had so many wigs. I was super blessed. I did. What got me started was I bought a synthetic wig off of Amazon, y'all.
I know what synthetic is now.
A green, because the lime green was popping at the time, y'all. So I bought a lime green synthetic wig from Amazon. Reverted it on the channel, y'all. And next thing you know, dear. I'm like, wait a minute, is this, look now. Because your girl couldn't afford no good hair at the time. So I was just like, wait a minute now. That was a step to get myself looking good. The hair videos came through. And then I was still working my caregiver job at this time. Y'all, I got fired. I guess that was like the icing on the cake.
She's skipping all this extra stuff that y'all want to hear. Hold on, just pause for a second. So in the midst of her doing her caregiving job, I was working at Publix. Now me working at Publix, it was good for like a good little minute until COVID happened. When I was working at Publix, all right, the schedule was great. I'm not gonna lie. I was off 2 weeks for the first week. The second week in the month, I was off 3 days. And then the third week, I'd be off, what, like 5 days or something like that? So within that 5 day off week, or you could say, I would go straight to Memphis. It would be me and Quita. We'd have a little date night. We'll, you know.
But you gotta tell them, you used to get off Publix at what time, babe?
Oh, I would get off work at like 3 a.m. or the latest probably like 4.
And then you would hit the road, like.
I had a new car.
But to think about that was dangerous.
It was, but guess what? I had myself well taken care of.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna protect myself and Quita at all times.
Yeah. So during that time, was I still going to work? I was working the night job because he used to come pick me up from work. He used to drop me. I was like, my babe finna pick me up. He finna drop me out. So then let's jump into me getting fired. That put the icing on the cake right there because baby, my life changed even more when I got fired from work. I'm like, dang, did the Lord fire me on purpose? Like, I know that ain't good, but I feel like I got fired at the right time because as soon as we got fired, y'all, we had the opportunity to go to Houston.
Before that, my job, I ended up having to work 5 or 6 days out of a week, so I couldn't come see Quita. So I was only seeing Quita probably like 3 days out of a month. So 31 days, I'm only seeing her for 3 days. Don't know how we made that work, but we made it work. And this was going on for about a year because when COVID happened, that's when my schedule got really twisted and I was working extra, but I was making a lot of. But then, now that I'm thinking about it, it's good that happened because when we moved, when we got to Texas, when we moved together, we finally moved together.
Yeah.
So that got fired like a week prior. I'm sorry, but you did get fired like a week prior. And
I think we had like 2 weeks in between.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And she was all nervous, and I was like, just relax.
I was scared. I was like, what I'm gonna do because like my night job, that was part of me paying my rent and stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, what I'm gonna do?
I used to have to tell Quita like, just because you getting fired don't mean that you're making money just doing hair videos.
Yeah.
Just do hair videos. You'll be good.
Yeah.
Your car note is X amount, rent X amount. You got enough money.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, we finna move together. Shoot, we finna go to Atlanta. We just gonna move together. Go on, come on, let's move. No, we was really gonna move to Birmingham.
Oh yeah, we was finna move to Birmingham.
Well, I was already there, but we was finna stay in this one apartment. I don't know if the vlog's still up, but we was finna stay in a 1 bedroom because we was all about saving.
And then after that, y'all, we moved to Houston, as y'all know. Then we moved to Atlanta, moved to Houston, and now we back here. So it's just been a journey. It's just been a long journey. I know a lot of people don't know our story and where we came from. I feel like I just feel like
a lot of stuff we can't go into, detail. But the worst part, well, I ain't gonna say the worst part, but one of the worst parts was us being in a long distance relationship for 2 years, managing a YouTube channel, which we gained 100,000 subs in a long distance relationship. More than 100,000, I'm gonna say that. Really like 200.
Yes, in a long distance. We're like, how the heck did we do that?
Posting like 5-6 videos a month.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Then y'all, we end up living together, and that's when we apply even more pressure.
Yeah, when we moved together, we started applying pressure, like, cause I guess we was just hungry. Like before us going to Houston, we wasn't gonna rely on YouTube. We wasn't gonna.
Oh yeah, cause I was gonna transfer my Chick-fil-A job. Remember?
Yeah, she was gonna do something. Yeah, she was just gonna transfer to Chick-fil-A to do hair videos for a little bit, and just to see if we
just wanted to be with each other, to be honest. It ain't like we were just moving together so we can do YouTube. We was moving together so we can be with each other and just be in each other's presence, because we was tired of the long distance relationship, driving 3 hours, getting on the bus. I was just like,
she didn't skip all this. I should have told the whole thing because I would have gave y'all all the details. So what happened? When my car blew up, right?
Yeah.
I had to take the bus from Birmingham to Memphis.
my mama put us up on that bus.
She did. And I think my grandma too.
Put us up on that bus because we were tired. At times, y'all, we got tired of driving, and it was just like getting on that bus felt like a fresh breath of air because we could just sit back.
Sometimes it was bad.
Now coming from Memphis wasn't bad, but once the bus coming from Atlanta to Memphis and it be packed out.
It was, listen, I used to get on there sometimes and it used to be packed and I would have to stay up because it'd be too many people on there and I don't want nobody to, you know what I'm saying?
The nighttime, but going there ain't bad. During the day. Well, I had a daytime because you always have to come in the evening time.
Yeah.
So
and her mom used to have to pick me up from the bus stop because she used to be at work.
Your mama had to drop me off a couple times too.
I used to have to get dropped off to go to Memphis sometimes because I didn't want to put my car on the road no more.
Yeah. I don't know, it's just been a long journey. And I feel like we ain't never get a chance to open up about that. Well, we telling y'all now, so.
Boy, this is the most difficult. I mean, people got their stores, but I don't know, man.
I know
feel
a
like
lot of
this
people be asking like, how y'all do it? Y'all, we don't even know how we do it, how we did it. We just know it all worked in God's favor. And now look at us, we here in our home. Y'all, we started doing videos in the orange room, in my room. And now I just look back and like, dang, who know it will lead us to this? I know we always be like, dang, when our time gonna come. But I know y'all probably like, we feel like y'all in y'all era. We feel like y'all in y'all time. We feel like y'all in y'all bag.
I have seen something that a lot of people have not seen. Or my eyes is just open to, you know, a bigger side of what this can bring to, you know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce and Jay-Z never stopped. And look,
they've been on the game almost, how long? 40 years?
40 years.
And we only 6 years in.
And look, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, bro, they out here buying $1 billion, I mean, not $1 billion, but you know what I'm saying? Houses in Malibu.
I feel like ain't no age limit to this, baby. We gonna keep going and going and going.
It ain't, cause I watched this dude that's like 40 years old. He be playing with snakes.
Yeah. So I feel like we just gonna keep going. Baby, our time gonna come, you know what I'm saying? I know we started over 2 years ago. We made this channel 2 years ago. I feel like it just feel like yesterday. That's how you know time is rolling. Cause we were just sitting on that couch in Houston, filming that video. And that was 2 years ago.
Well, we did stay in that last house for like
2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically like we just had to start all the way over. Cause that channel, we don't really post much on our main channel. I feel like we older now and we doing what we love and we like to do vlogs, we like to share our life with y'all, so.
I'm probably do be funny, I ain't gonna lie, they be funny. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, they be funny.
They be funny.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, that's all I need to know. They be funny, right?
But anyway, it's a blessing to be in the position that we are in now.
Yeah.
I mean, some days I be like, well, I can't tell y'all right now, but I just burst out and just say, you know what I'm saying?
What you saying?
Because of some of the stuff that we are able to do.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We'll look back on something and be like, bro, how are we able to do this?
How we able to do this? Just like with the stuff we got coming up, we be like, how we able to do this? Like, what do we, you know how we always talk about when our time gonna come? I told you, like, what are we is now? How we able to do this?
Nah.
It's our supporters, y'all. Y'all did y'all big one. Like, we really appreciate it. Like, we working and y'all working on y'all end. I feel like we all a team. So
yeah, we all a team.
We all a team.
But I just, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like I haven't accomplished enough. We haven't accomplished enough to say it is our time. Like,
yeah. Oh, baby, once our time comes, ain't no stopping us. Ain't no stopping us. You ain't no stopping us now.
You just gotta be hungry, bro. Like, you gotta be hungry for a better life for you, your family, your friends. You just gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be willing to take sacrifice because we sacrifice
family
a lot.
We sacrifice moving here alone. Like, y'all, we ain't got no family in Atlanta.
I do. But we sacrifice moving to Texas.
Yeah.
To being in Texas, we had nobody.
I ain't gonna forget. I remember when I first left Memphis, I was boo-hooing, crying. I was like, how I'm gonna do this, y'all? Even if I used to cry almost every freaking day. I used to tell Ken I wanna go home so bad. I used to be so homesick. Then it's just like,
I used to tell man, we on a mission.
This is our job. And I'm just like, baby, how I'm gonna do
You think, like, I be telling Queen, I be like, I'm gonna just use Beyonce for example. You think Beyonce be out here crying because she 10,000 miles away from her mom? No. She at the point now where, hey mama, I got you a private jet.
See, she can fly her mama out.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Our time is not now, it's gonna be when we're able to do like that.
It's just the fact, like, dang, we missing. I ain't missing my nieces in there for you to grow up. I don't want them to not know who I am. That be the scary part too.
I had that same thing, and look, now my nephew, I wanna go to my Uncle Two's house.
You his best friend, most definitely.
The other day he said, Uncle Two's my best friend.
I used to always say, your nephew ain't gonna forget about you. He gonna always know who you is, so.
He know what my house said. He know everything, like.
Yeah. So it's just been a journey the whole 6 years. And I love you.
I love you too. Your hands are so small.
I know.
Oh, also, I'm gonna say this. How she said she missing like the kids growing up.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. You know, we have to deal with that. It's a part of a mental, you know what I'm saying? Like taking care of your mental. Like, of course you're missing. Of course it's gonna be sad and stuff. Cause I even like being in Texas. I was like, bro, I'm probably missing my nephew growing up and stuff like this. But you got to think about it too. We on a mission. We doing this so
they can have.
So you know what I'm saying? They don't have to go through what we went through in life, or have to struggle or want for anything in life. Because
just like how we was able to just pack them up and take them to Orlando.
We literally packed the kids up in one day and said we're going to Orlando. We were sent around this time of the night. We literally bought the tickets, bought the hotel room, and packed up and left 3 hours later. We literally just, I was like,
where we going?
Where we going? And I was
like, to Orlando.
Going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. The sky.
Now it's like when we call the children now, they be like, we got 3 more months. It's like they be excited. So I'm super excited.
I just hate they had to, you know, experience the summer in this little house and we couldn't
have we still had a blast.
We had fun.
Blast.
Probably almost got the police called on us a couple times, but you know what I'm saying?
It's cool. It won't be another summer in here. Even like
I mean, like we said earlier, like we literally left Texas to come back closer to family.
And that's just been a blessing to even be like close to family. Because y'all, we can just go pick the children up. We can take them back home. We can come back home closer to Ken family, closer to my family, because y'all, Kenny was 11 hours away from home in Texas, and that was pretty far. I was 8 hours away. Now I'm 5 hours and Ken only 2 hours. So it's a blessing to have like at least, you know, his family close just in case of anything. So
yeah, they just hit the road one morning, be here, spend the night, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's tight, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get a house. We're gonna get.
Y'all been watching us and y'all know Kenny always thought about buying a house. Me on the other hand, I never thought about buying a house because I didn't grow up. I didn't grow up being around people who buy houses and all this stuff. I don't know how to buy a house. Kenny on the other hand, everybody in his family got houses.
It's an asset.
So he teaching me something. He here to teach me something that I didn't know, and maybe I can teach him stuff that he didn't know about. So I'm super blessed.
I mean, she helped me like cooking and stuff. You know, I'll get into it a little later in life, but you know what I'm saying. But she helped me.
We be helping each other, y'all.
Cause I'm a little slow, but yeah, she be helping me.
Yeah, you help me out when it comes to like you taught me how to save money because I was a little hard with money.
No.
Before YouTube, y'all, I was a little hard. So he taught me how to save my money, taught me how to budget. It's just like he taught me a lot. So we teach each other stuff, and I'm super thankful that you helped me with that because I probably would have still been out here blowing and just going through money and stuff.
No, you gotta save. Like you just gotta save, cause like I mean I ain't gonna get into it, but you know everybody should be saving.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got $10 million in your account, save. You know what I'm saying? Cause you got, if you know you family oriented, you got kids that come along, and to me $1 million is not a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100. You might look at me crazy, but $1 million is not. No, I need at least 50, 25 for when we you know what I'm saying, done and gone, and just, you know what I'm saying, and then we keep 25, and then we figure out what we want to do with that 25 to make it into another 50, and then take that 50 and make it to 100. You know what I'm saying? And have houses and land and stuff like that. Just a whole bunch of assets.
Right.
I ain't really studying no cars right now. Cars is just gonna come.
Yeah, I know y'all probably like, how y'all traveling out of one car?
We don't go nowhere.
We don't go nowhere. If it anything, if you gotta go to your taco appointment, you gone. If I gotta go to my appointment, I'm gone. I'm back at home. But he is getting his car. So I know y'all probably like, Kenny, where he go get? He changed his mind about his car every single time. One minute he want this car, next minute he want this car. And I'm so happy now that he done came to a decision on what car he want. And I feel like it'll be perfect because we had that car, but we had a Tesla, and then we had his car. So I'm gonna be riding his car.
I mean, it's probably some dudes out there that, you know, want to see me get something
sporty,
exotic and sporty, but I don't want to do that. Like my heart wouldn't allow me to do that until I have a house. So
yeah,
like a house that I own,
yeah,
I have to do that. I ain't even gonna lie to you, I have to do that. I would feel so bad.
Yeah, so he always been big on wanting to buy a house, so we're gonna let him go through that process, and he gonna teach me how to go through that process.
I don't know how to go through it. I know what I'm saying. All I know is we need X amount of money down. We need to make sure we our taxes is in order, which they are. We need to make sure everything else is
a lot just in order, because we was talking to our realtor and he was telling us like the steps on buying a house. Y'all, it's big steps. tips. So we gotta make sure we got ours together before we buy a house. I know we said we're gonna lease one more time. Like once we move here, we're gonna lease one more time, and then we're gonna go ahead and go with the process. And of course, we're gonna take y'all on the journey with us, because if it weren't for y'all, we wouldn't be in this position that we in today. You want to touch bases on anything else?
I don't know how long we've been talking.
A long time.
Oh my God.
What is it?
40.
We good. It can be an hour.
I'm so sorry for sitting up here talking this long. I'm so sorry.
It's good. Cause we gave them the whole rundown. We told y'all how we started YouTube. We reintroduced ourselves to y'all. Y'all done heard about Kenny getting kicked out of school. I done got fired from work. I also we can get them a couple tips and details on, you know, how to become a content creator. Cause I know a lot of people, they always comment there on our videos just asking for a few tips and details. I'll first start off by saying, be consistent. You don't need the $800 camera. Use your iPhone if you have to.
We did it with we gained 200 subs with an iPhone.
Yeah, so promote yourself. Don't be out here buying promotion when you can promote yourself. At the time, I only had 1,000 followers on Instagram, probably. Kenny had 11,000.
I had 11,000 just from something I used to do back
I said, what you used to do? How you get 11,000? I'm over here with 1,000.
Y'all remember the little light skin era where, you know what I'm saying, dudes would be taking their picture like this?
You was in that era.
And then you would follow and then shout out. Yeah, I was on that little wave, you know what I'm saying? Little sauce hoodies and stuff like that. Yeah, I was on that wave.
I only had 1,000 followers and I got 600 some K. Kenny done got on my butt, y'all. We finna talk about this. Kenny got on my butt before the new year started. He was like, you need to get back on your So yeah, as y'all see on Instagram, been on my thanks to my man.
You ain't been on there enough.
I have.
I mean,
we posted every single day.
I'm trying to get you to, you know what I'm saying? It's a system. I ain't gonna break down the system. If y'all want the system, then I'm just gonna have to get into a deeper context. But yeah, back on the YouTube, and you want to be a content creator, nothing's going to happen overnight. What you see us being able to do has
years behind it.
6 years. You see Beyonce selling out all these tours. How long she been doing it? Okay then, nothing's gonna happen overnight.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep that 100.
That's unless you probably know somebody that's already in the game or you famous or whatever. So.
Even that, you know what I'm saying? Cause you like, let's say our kid, right? Our kid was 8 years old and they wanted to do YouTube, and our kid wasn't consistent. Nobody's gonna want to watch. You know what I'm saying? They might, you know what I'm saying? They might, but your maximum potential is not going to be where it needs to be because the kid is not working. So
right.
Referring to you, if you don't put in the consistency and the hard work, even when you don't see results, it's not gonna work, and it's not gonna happen overnight. It might happen in a year, but if you take some time off and don't be consistent, guess what? It can be gone overnight. And
exactly.
You're gonna be looking like, what did I do wrong? You weren't hungry enough. Yeah. You gotta be hungry.
Exactly.
I can't stop until Quita got a lamb. I got a lamb.
Yeah, that's my dream car, baby. My dream car is Lamborghini Urus. When I get that, which I know I'm probably gonna get, baby, y'all ain't better tell me now. I'm being my year.
I need a house in Miami. It ain't gotta be no house. It could be, a condo that I just rent out, you know what I'm saying? Assets. I didn't give LA, a chance that it needed to have, but I will get some investment property out there. Boom.
Okay, Mr. Investment Guy. Okay, let's answer another question. They always asking us about kids. Can you give them the answer about children, Mr. Kenny?
Of course we want children.
Yeah. Yes, we want children. Of course we want to build our own family. I just feel like right now, we just working. Y'all probably like, Queen, you get to the age 27, such and such. I feel like I'm still young. I know I'm almost hitting 30, but if it happened, it happened, so.
I swear, I looked at myself like 2 days ago, and then I looked at somebody else. I was just scrolling somewhere on some social media platform, and I think he was like 22, and I was like, bro, I thought she was like my age. Yeah. I still look like a baby.
Me too.
We was out the country and it was this group of women and they was like, y'all sure y'all old enough to drink?
Yeah, I'm like, baby, give it to me.
And when we was in Texas, I don't think I told nobody this. The man that came to mount the TVs, he asked me, are your parents home? And I'm looking at him like,
this is my house. So yeah, we don't know when. We got like no time stamp on it. We always say if it happened, it happened.
It is going to happen. It is going to be 3, not in here, 2 to 3. I don't know about 3 because we got all these nieces and nephews and they like our kids too. I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. But if 3 do come, it's gonna be turned. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
We're gonna be lit.
I'm gonna be like, what? I don't know nobody, you know what I'm saying? I don't know nobody that's like older that's be turned. Yeah. But I could see myself being 40 years old still running around shooting guns. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
And I'm gonna have my children back to back. So if y'all see me popping out back to back, just know I already had that in my mind because I want my children to grow up together. I ain't got time to be spacing them out 5 years, then 5 years. No, that's too long.
I feel like I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact God has total control over everything we do, because it's a lot of stuff that we don't know how happened, and then we'll look back and we'll be like, that wasn't never God, or it wasn't never God's time, and because it'll be a situation we'll look back on and be like, dang, that could have went bad. You know what I'm saying? Or this could have went left. Like, what if we would have never did this? What if we would have never did that?
Yeah.
It's nothing but God. So we have to owe it to God himself.
I feel like he put us in certain positions for a reason. I feel like everything we do, it was him.
It was for a reason.
It was for a reason.
Staying here for a reason.
Us living in this house, it was God's plan.
Now, don't get me wrong. It's a nice looking house, but the living standards are just not comfortable for our liking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but we was just like, we had to move, so.
Now I do look back at Texas and I'd be like, man, it's beautiful, but
miss my house.
It didn't bring, it brought some good stuff, but coming back to where we originally wanted to come to, it's like, man, our life has just doubled. No, I'm not gonna lie. We was turned in Texas.
Yeah, but once we get in this house, it's gonna be even more lit. Cause we tell y'all that we do got people under us, so we try to respect like their privacy, and we don't try to
yell and stuff.
But once we get in that house, baby, that hype and all that we do for vloggers, it's gonna be.
We have a lot, like 20, like this year. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really excited for this year.
Me
the
too.
Kids coming in a couple months.
Kay called last night. He said we got 3 months, so they ready, y'all. We ready for the children. Y'all, that's just our little thing. We get our nieces and nephews during the summer every year. This time we getting all the children. I know we used to get the boys, but the boys done had way too much fun, so it's time to get.
They be turned, right?
Yeah.
They can't taste the boy. It was Orby bullets everywhere.
So it's 3 girls and three boys. Then it's gonna be me and Ken. So we gonna be even. I cannot wait to do like little games and stuff, boys against the girls. So it's gonna be turned. And I'm gonna be my team captain. Ken gonna be team captain.
We might get Buddy for a couple days. We might get him.
He gotta wait till the other babies come. These the big kids. Let them get a let Keelan.
If my sister bring him.
Yeah.
Then, cause I do want him to experience some older kids and having fun and stuff. And then, like, if I was him and I would look back on YouTube and I'd be like, bro, you ain't come get me, bro. You ain't come get me. I was old enough. He like this tall.
Who he can play with? He can go run around with Caden and Caden.
Yeah.
Caden and Caden.
He rough. He beat me up.
Yeah. He gonna want to play with the Nerf guns too, so.
Oh, no. He too, y'all. I don't let him play with them yet.
Okay. So that's our thing. If y'all new here, we do get our nieces and nephews during the summer. We keep them for the whole summer. Last summer we took them on a vacation to Orlando.
And this summer we're going on 2 trips.
3 more months, children gonna be here. Not here. We're gonna be in a new space. Hopefully, if something really nice on the market. If not, we're gonna push the move back. No, it's God's plan, so he gonna look out for us. One thing God gonna do, he gonna look out for us. He gonna put a house on the market that we really, really like. And
just like, you know what I'm saying? God put us in here,
Texas.
In Texas.
You remember you told me, you was like,
we was at the airport and she showed me this house and I said, this
our
the house. This is our house.
We was on the plane, y'all. We was actually coming from Houston and the house popped up. Cause remember we was at the time we were touring houses.
Like, it was touring houses.
And you was like, that's the house. Cause Kenny had like certain pros and cons what he wanted in a house in Texas. He like gotta have a big circle thing, gotta have a chandelier. And y'all, that house popped up and we was like, wait a minute.
There was some houses in that neighborhood that made me want to say, oh my goodness.
Yeah. So hopefully God put a nice house on the market for us. We don't have to have the house ceilings, but of course when we buy a house, we're gonna have our house ceilings. So
glass.
Kenny said glass. So
glass.
So
woods. Yeah. Glass in the woods.
Yeah. This is a nice house, don't get me wrong.
But y'all, that is our journey. I mean, we'll go live here and there probably sometime. We'll start back going live. Probably not on maybe YouTube and Instagram.
I wanna move first.
Yeah.
And then I start back going live. I go live sometimes. Should we go live when we on vacation? I don't know, cause we like to save our vacation sometimes.
I don't like to let folks know where we at the current moment. That's why we don't go live.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's why I don't like to go live, because I don't like people knowing where I'm at the current moment. So.
But that's gonna be it, man.
So we hope y'all enjoyed our journey, and we hope y'all learned a lot about us. If y'all misunderstood us, misjudged us, y'all know our story. We is here, and we open to having more of these type of conversations, and we hope y'all enjoyed it. So with that being said,
we sorry we didn't, do a full out vlog. You know what I'm saying? We used to, doing full out vlogs and stuff like that. But y'all wanted to sit down, so we have y'all to sit down.
Sit down and talk to us. Okay, we're gonna sit down and talk to y'all.
And please let us know if you watched the whole video.
Yeah, and let us know if y'all want another sit down, and let us know what y'all want to talk about, and we'll open up and talk to y'all about it. So with that being said, we will see y'all in our next